Long ago, in a village called Erimi, there existed a tradition as old as time itself. Erimi village, deeply rooted in culture and tradition, held a belief that women should on no occasion answer a man's call while they were bathing, except if the man is their husband. This custom, passed down through generations, was in respect for privacy and modesty for married women of the village. One day, a great hunter of Erimi village named Obu set out for one of his hunting escapades in a neighboring village. After the day's work, he was tired and thirsty and decided to look for a nearby house to get water. And luckily for him, he met a young maiden named Amoma. Amoma was a beautiful woman in her prime. Her beauty radiates that any man that sees her would be stunned. As Obu stood in awe of her beauty, Amoma recognized him as the great hunter from Erimi village, known far and beyond. She was so happy and got on her knees to greet him. Obu helped her up and acknowledged her. He then told her he was thirsty, and she was so happy to serve him water. She also offered food, but he declined that the day was getting dark, and she bid him farewell. That night, Obu was having supper with his younger brother named Agu. The thought of Amoma flashed through his mind and he kept on smiling. Agu, who was confused as to why he was smiling and eating, asked him what was going on. Then Obu opened up to him that it seems that the gods of Erimi has remembered him. Agu, still confused, inquired more. Then Obu told him he has found a wife from the neighboring village named Amoma, boasting of how beautiful she is and how she swept him off his feet. He told his brother to thank the gods with him, washed his hands and left. Agu paused for a while and continued eating. After 8 market days, Obu had gathered his kinsmen and fellow hunters to ask for Amoma's hand in marriage. They were accepted by Amoma's kinsmen and they gave their daughter to Obu, and they went back to Erimi happily, where they continued their celebration. After the celebration, when their well-wishers had retired to their homes, Obu called his new wife to brief her on his customs and tradition. Amma was a bit uncomfortable when he told her that any woman that answers the call of any man who is not her husband while bathing will be regarded as a cheat and be stoned to death. But she put it to herself to love and respect her husband. As time passes, Obu and Amoma grew more in love and became the envy of the village. People rumor that they are the best couple in Erimi village. On the days that Obu leaves for hunting in the morning, Amoma wakes up in the morning, serves her husband food and takes care of the home while her husband is away. Agu, on the other hand, stays in the house, lazy about, then only eats food. And Amoma makes sure he is well fed. On one of the occasions, Amoma served him food. Agu touched her in an inappropriate way, smiling sheepishly. She was so upset and raised her voice at him, warned him not to try such with her again, or she will report him to her husband and the village elders. Agu frowned at this and swore to make life miserable for her. One fateful day, Obu decided not to go to the bush, but rather stay at home as he had set traps the night before. Agu, noticing he was at home, decided to use the opportunity for his devilish plans. Immediately he saw Amoma with a bucket of water heading to the bathroom, knowing fully well Obu would be inside the house. He came closer and called out Amoma's name just like her husband would have called her, and she answered immediately, and realizing her mistake, slowly came out of the bathroom, and her heart was filled with regret and remorse. Agu, feeling satisfied, started shouting and calling on the villagers. The villagers gathered, waiting for Obu to give an order to stone Amoma dead according to the tradition. As Obu stepped outside with his gun hung on his shoulder, Agu ran to him, telling him that his wife has always had eyes for him since she came into the family. Obu, now furious, shut him up quickly and told the villagers how he has walked in on his brother molesting his wife, but he pretended like he knew nothing. Agu was surprised, but before he could utter any word, Obu shot him with his hunting gun and he fell and died. The villagers and their loud whispers, carrying heavy fear, watched as Obu carried Amoma up, who has been weeping on the floor. He gave a stern warning that whoever looks at his wife lustfully or tries to destroy her character will have him, Obu, the great hunter, to contend with. After that day, so many men learned from it and gave their wives special names that only them can call their wives. Even though the tradition existed many generations after, Husbands protected their wives. They stopped being too quick in serving judgment, and women feel more respected.